After significant backlash from parents across the city, the Ottawa's largest school board says it won't go ahead with some of its proposed changes to grade structures and school boundaries.
I think it's a positive step. It shows that the school board has really listened to the parents. I know from talking to a lot of our friends and our children's friends' parents that there was a lot of unhappiness in this neighborhood about the changes, and I do appreciate that the school board has listened and has factored that in and has revised their proposal.
So how are parents reacting to the news after widespread backlash to the initial plan? Well, joining me this morning is Lynn Scott. She's chair of the board of the Ottawa Carleton District School Board. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. Let's talk about this initial plan and what you kind of heard from parents over the course of a few weeks.
Well, the initial plan was very welcome in some areas, not so much in others. And we certainly heard plenty about the proposals to change the programs first and foremost. And secondly, with regard to the changes to their school grade structures and program offerings and their attendance boundaries in particular. And a lot of concerns about the inconvenience it would mean for families. A lot of people just very resistant to change of any kind, and some people quite happy.
Okay, so let's talk about the board's decision to walk back some of the initial proposal changes.
Well, when we heard from parents, I mean, when you're looking at a challenge of having two children in two different schools and doing 2 drop-offs, 2 pickups every day, or when you have a child who might be in 3 schools in 3 years in a row, those are situations which I think are legitimate concerns. And so one of the things we've been doing is trying to walk a bunch of that back so that we wouldn't have those situations for students, because we know they're not just inconvenient for families, they are not good for kids.
And why was it important to consult the public on the original plan before you made the final plan?
Well, it's always important because parents, they live in the community for the most part. They know the community. They have their understanding of how things work within that community in terms of family life. And they know their kids. We need to hear from them.
Okay, let's talk about the new plan then.
Well, the new plan walks a few things back. It does respond to some of the parent concerns that we've heard about a number of schools. We were not able to find a good solution, a better solution in all areas.
Okay.
And so some areas we are going to do closer to the status quo than we had intended. There are other areas where we looked at other options and found we just couldn't get viable programs in the schools in both of the English and the French immersion programs.
Can you tell us about some of the changes that are implemented in this new plan?
Well, the changes will mean changes in a number of areas, particularly through the urban schools, where we were able to fix some of the problems that parents pointed out to us. We've also seen a few changes in some of the more rural and suburban schools, again, mostly around attendance boundaries.
Okay. And when will this new plan be finalized?
Well, we're going to have a special board meeting on the 13th of May and make a final decision then. But before that time, we are also going to have an opportunity for parents to provide us direct feedback on this version of the plan on the 22nd of April.
And where is that happening for parents who would like to, give their feedback on this?
All the information is on the OCDSB website. That will be another special board meeting to hear delegations on the 22nd of April. And in the meantime, our calendar of meetings is there on our website so that any parent can tune into the live stream, or some may wish to attend in person just to hear directly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lynn, for joining us today. We truly appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.